Hi, everybody. Welcome to TSE Big Show 3 Ultra Mafia Marketplace. Sal Capaccio here, and we are here live doing a Sal's House video podcast. Thank you so much for everybody who recorded. I got my man Maniac from Trainwreck Sports out there right now, walking around showing everybody what's happening. Look at this incredible venue we have here today. Come on out. We are at Wayne's Meeting Place on California Road in Orchard Park. And you come out here and you're going to be able to check out all this available memorabilia and merchandise, but you can also be part of what is happening today. All those players come by to sign. Let me give you all the players about what's happening that's going to be today, because we got a lot going on here today. It's going to be a busy time. We are celebrating, of course. We have to get a place to get back to the side. Thank you very much for those of you who were live. We'll be able to check out tonight.
It's birthday weekend. Make sure you pull up today here at Wings and pull up tomorrow.
Yeah, pizza. No joke.
Sure is. I had to double up.
And 3-4 p.m. is Christian Bedford. How was that? So we're going to have all of these players here today. Once again, we're going to chat about it, say hi.
That wing's looking lucky.
Here on the street, we want to make sure everybody can watch this today and have a good time as we celebrate the Mafia Marketplace with my man. And how about this guy, Bernie, right here? Maniac's coming up. He's going to show Bernie. There's Nicole walking around. We got people over here. You can say, hey, there's Bernie. Buddy's second to get rescue. That's Bernie Capaccio. I already know I'm going to talk all over him. Buddy's second to get rescue. Last time we were out here, which is pretty amazing. And we love the song. And we say, Sal, we can't hear you very well. It's terrible. All right, hold on. Let's try to fix that. Puppy's so cute. All right, hold on. We're going to make sure that I can. Family over here, I will work my magic here to try to do that. Jeff, how are you? Puppy is so cute. I agree with you. Yeah, trying to see.
There we go. Oh, there we go. How are you guys now? Now you got me on the stream, I bet you, right? I had the wrong button up. That's okay. Can you guys hear me now? Jeff, Mike, you say there's an echo there. I know there's going to be a little bit of one here. Hopefully you guys can hear me a lot better now. I was talking to the crowd that was here today. Love you, Sal. Thank you, Jeff. Can you hear me okay now, Jeff?
Are
you
kidding
me? We got JTL. We got James. Can you guys hear me all right? I apologize for the first 3 minutes there that I had the wrong button pushed up on everything I'm doing here. But don't worry about it. We're ready to rock and roll. We got you today. We got you covered here today at Wings Meeting Place here in Orchard Park. Come on by. It's going to be an absolutely awesome time today. And yes, tomorrow the Bills are taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. 1 o'clock start. Now remember, this game was supposed to be originally a 4:25 p.m. start, but they moved that to 1 o'clock. Thank you. Hearing you good. Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate you. Thank you. All right, some technical difficulties you ran through, but everybody here knows what's going on. I'll recap for everybody watching on the stream right now. Thank you very much for coming aboard. Sal Capaccio here. We are at Wings Meeting Place in Orchard Park on California Road. This is the Mafia Marketplace. All right, there's so many vendors here. We have more than 30 vendors here. A little bit later today, all right, we are going to have AJ Epinesa, Joe Andreessen. They're going to be here from 1 to 2 p.m. Michael Hoyt, Ty Johnson, 2 to 3 p.m. Christian Benford from 3 to 4 p.m. So that you might have come down here and
where's the Haley card?
Mike, we got that. I can do that for you.
Oh my God, it's in the
trying to make sure we balance it out here so everybody can understand what's going on while we're out here today. Come on down, and you're going to be able to meet these guys. You're going to be able to get items signed. Now, here's how it works. If you want an item signed by any of these guys today,
Luke,
you need to come down here today. You can be here for free to show up, but you have to go to TSEbuffalo.com, buy a ticket, and that will allow you a chance to get something signed by these guys who are coming down here today. You can also come here today, get a ticket while you're here. You can get something signed, an item, and you can see exactly, what's happening here today with some of the Bills players coming by before they take on the Cincinnati Bengals tomorrow. All right, this is my man Maniac here from Trainwreck Sports. Going to bring you up here. How are you, buddy? Good to see you.
I'm doing well. Thanks for. Oh, I got you. Thanks for
Both.
having.
You can do both. We're trying. This is for the crowd here.
Oh, okay, got you. We're doing well. Everyone who's ready to beat Cincinnati, make some noise right now. I was gonna say it was a little tame in here. And by the way, the live stream, you're lucky that Sal apologized, because I would apologize for absolutely nothing. I appreciate you watching Sal's house, but you need to get to the Wings meeting place, the ultimate Mafia meetup, Mafia holiday market, before we beat the Bengals.
This guy's crazy. That's why I bring him on here. We talk about these games and what's happening, and obviously some big news over the weekend. Obviously, all this Darius Slay stuff and him not reporting to the Bills. Hey, what's your take on everything about Darius Slay and how everything went down?
I would say that sometimes it's the way something happens that makes people more emotional about it. Like if you had just told people that we replaced Jamarcus Ingram with Darnell Savage, I don't think anyone bats an eye. I don't think anyone is affected in any different way.
Because as people know, I've been promoting Jamarcus Ingram for the last 3 years here. I love Jamarcus. Seriously, though, I do think Jamarcus is a really good, valuable depth piece. But I agree, safety might have been more important to add as far as depth.
Well, the proof was in the pudding with how valuable he was, Sal. The Houston Texans gobbled him right up. Like they weren't waiting on him for sure. You know where UB guys, by the way, no unfurling today in Amherst. No unfurling in Amherst. It is going to be a UB Bulls basketball day. Sorry, Bonnie's fans out there. I know we might have some loyalists from Olean here, but UB is going to get it done today. Again, the Slay Savage of it all. At the end of the day, I don't like the way it went down, but it also is kind of much ado about nothing. And I say that with all respect to Bills fans. We get revved up over the littlest things. In the big picture, it was depth pieces kind of shuffling, truthfully, with where the roster's at now. That's not to deny the value of an Ingram, but I'm interested to see how a Savage will ultimately fit in.
Yeah, listen, I hated losing Jamarcus Ingram and this whole thing about Darius Slay. What people don't get, all right? I keep getting all these people at me on social media at Cell Sports saying, well, they should just let him go. You can't do that, folks. I mean, obviously, at the end of the day, they might wind up doing that eventually, but you can't allow the players to just force their way to every team they want to go to. What if a guy says, just release me, and he says, I only want to go play for the New England Patriots, the Denver Broncos? Well, listen, that's why you have a claiming system. The Bills put him on a did not report list. They hold his rights. Otherwise, they would release him. He could be reclaimed again. He could just keep doing this over and over again. You cannot allow a player to circumvent the system like that. And oh, by the way, the players agreed to this in the CBA.
Listen, if they wanted to work for 2 hours a day at training camp for 2 weeks, this is part of the trade in that CBA, like you said. And it's funny you mentioned the Patriots. I know we talked about the Antonio Brown, the J.D. McKissick of it all. Those are some more recent examples of Bills who have kind of flirted and ended up not on the roster. What about Anquan Boldin? Retires in training camp, kind of hints that he wants to come out of retirement and play for the Patriots. Bean and co say no. You need to control like what you can control in this league, Sal.
Well, listen, there's rules in place for a reason. So Darius Slay basically has one choice. That is to play for the Buffalo Bills, or I guess you'd say he has multiple choices. One team to choose from. That is play for the Buffalo Bills, or he can decide he wants to retire, and then the Bills will hold him on a reserved retired list. But even then, they would hold his rights kind of in perpetuity until they decide not to hold his rights anymore, which could happen.
Again, this is all a business. I know that sometimes it gets crazy when you hear the family and the emotions of it. There is hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars at play here. So when the Bills make a claim, like, you need to respect the business aspect of it. If your business doesn't file for a permit before an event, if one of our amazing vendors hadn't filed to be here for the event today, we wouldn't allow him to be here. Everything has a process, Sal, and you need to trust that process.
All right, so we are out here right now at Wings Meeting Place in Orchard Park on California Road. Want to thank our great sponsors, of course, TSE Buffalo, TSEbuffalo.com. That's where you can find all the information. Tonight, over at Sports City Pizza Pub, 6 p.m., having a holiday party.
Holiday party. Nobody throws it together like the Rizzos. You and the family going to be there?
No, so I got Max. I got Max and Bernie here. Max has hockey tonight. I might stop by for a little while.
Okay.
I think I'm going to stop by for sure. The wife is out of town tonight, so I got Max, but I got Bernie. Maybe we'll stop by.
As long as you're stopping by for one fine glass of wine, I know that Sports City Pizza Pub holiday party is going to be unlike anything. It's been a great year at the Sports City Pizza Pub. Some minor renovations in the restaurant, and they continue to have the best pizza and wings in the city of Buffalo.
All right, I got a prediction here in the chat box from Nick. He says 38-24 Bills. Let's do that. Let's go to the chat box right now. Make sure you get into the stream. Make sure you chat right now live on the stream at Sal Sports. Give us a prediction. What is your prediction for Bills Bengals tomorrow? Also, Jack, we got Jack who comes in and gives us an update on the weather tomorrow.
Jack seems like you may have AI generated this chatting. Now, with that said, I would also love give us your score predictions and give us your weather predictions for tomorrow.
Ooh.
Sal, it was saying 0% precipitation earlier in the week. Now it's at about 50 to 60% right around noon. Things could get a little bit crazy for you down on the sidelines tomorrow.
It does feel like it's kind of similar to when the Bengals came here in the playoff
Yes.
game, unfortunately, because we remember that game.
That one sticks out. I think that out of all the games they played, 2023, people forget about 2023 in Cincinnati. Burrow tore us up for 350 plus. It was still a close game. I think McDermott and co, on that note, need to find a way to do bend but not break against this Burrow offense. You need to find a way to keep them to 3 versus 7, which is what the Ravens were able to do in the first half last week. And then you got to obviously just capitalize on the offensive side of the ball versus that Bengals defense.
All right. What about tomorrow as far as you thinking that, Burrow coming here with this offense, he's 8-0 his last, 8 starts.
Yeah.
Defending Jamar Chase, defending T. Higgins, even Chase Brown. How can the Buffalo Bills defense do that?
If I can say something, and this is going to sound like almost.
You can say whatever you
This
want.
is going to sound
Almost.
absurd. This is going to sound absurd. I'm almost more nervous for the Bills when we're like confident and we think we have them shut down. We're like, oh, we got Davis Mills and everything. Like we're going to lock him up. All of a sudden, Davis Mills did pretty well in that first half. But then you go to last week, right? We're not going to have our 2 leading tackles. Well, what do? We set a 50-year Heinz Field, Acrisure Stadium rushing record. So sometimes this Bills team works their best when they have a chip on their shoulder and when there's a little doubt. So I think that doubt coming in around Burrow, Chase, and Higgins, like you said, is exactly what this Bills defense and this unit needs.
All right, want to thank Sports City Pizza Pub once again tonight, 1407 Niagara Street. Check them out. There's a holiday party going on starting at 6 p.m. Maniac's going to stop by. I'm going to stop by. We're going to have a great time there. And, of course, Herbal IQ, a New York State licensed dispensary, 6300 Transit Road in Depew. Thank you so much for them being on board as well. And, of course, TSE Buffalo, TSE Buffalo.
Real quick on Herbal.
Yeah.
Best products in the region, and buy one, get one 50% off on all products, Sal. That's an extension from the Black Friday weekend. Buy one, get one 50% off on all products at Herbal IQ.
Make sure you check them out at great showroom, 6300 Transit Road in Depew. We got Doug. We got Miguel. Thank you very much. Can you guys hear us okay? Just want to make sure you're hearing the stream all right. We got a little bit of an echo here. I know that because we're inside a big hall, which is you want to tap in again?
Also,
you can show it on the phone.
Also, you have a legendary voice. Like so it's just boisterous. It's getting out there. It's getting deep into the people. It's getting into our souls. It's getting into our DNA. If you're ready to beat Cincinnati tomorrow, give me a hell yeah. Okay.
Got a lot of great people here. We got Therese Fortin who's here. She's the NFL Buffalo Bills fan of the year. Come on up here. I want to talk to you. Come on up, Therese.
Yep, that's
all right.
right.
I'm going to bring Therese up. And if you can show us around a little bit, can you tap back into that stream right there I gave you? And we can show. All right. Hell yeah. There you go. Sounds good. Hell yeah. Thank you all very much. Already have close to 1,000 people joining in on the stream and watching live. And I got the Buffalo Bills 2025 Fan of the Year, Therese Fortin up here. Hi, Therese. How are you? Congratulations.
I'm
You got
good.
it.
Thank you,
You got
Sal.
You got it. No doubt. So tell everybody about the process. How did you become the 2025 Buffalo Bills Fan of the Year?
Well, you can nominate anybody to be the Fan of the Year, and I had a group of friends that nominated me, and they did a lot of things behind my back that I didn't know, and I was totally shocked and in awe. I knew it was going on, that people could be nominated, and we have so many worthy people of this honor. And so it's what you do in the community and how much of a Bills fan you are, and that's what I've been told, and here I am.
All right. So how did you find out?
I was told there was a birthday party at Stitch Buffalo, and I was late, and I told them to do it without me. It was a surprise party.
Oh, God.
And
Okay.
and they said, oh, no, we'll wait for you. And then I walked in frazzled because I was late, and Patty and Thurman were there.
Yes. I remember the video the Bills put out. It was pretty incredible.
Yeah, it was incredible. So I was just so shocked. It was so cool.
Therese Fortin, everybody. She is the Buffalo Bills 2025 Fan of the Year. What does that mean now? What happens? What happens with you? What do you get? What do you do?
Well, and there's another Fan of the Year here. Del Reed is.
Yes, Del Reed is here. 26 shirts. Also,
Yeah.
last year, 2023 or 2024? 2023
2023.
NFL Buffalo Bills Fan of the Year right there,
Yeah.
yes.
So we're now a group of 2025 Fan of the Year. We're on a thread. We're invited to all these different meetings. We're meeting virtual, of course, meeting with the commissioner next week. And there's like constant communication. And then, of course, the full paid trip to the Super Bowl.
I love it. Absolutely love it. So you'll have 31 other fans that you'll be with. And then do they choose a fan of the year for the league, or is it just the 32 of you? Do you know how that works or anything?
So I am in contention for the ultimate fan of the year.
Whoa! All right, let's give it up for Teresa in contention for ultimate fan of the year. I love that.
Yeah, it's on the NFL website on the NFL website, and you can vote as many times as you want. By the way, it's not all about voting; it's about, again, what you do in your community and your fandom and etc. But I am being told I am crushing it. So, but they said you're behind a little bit, so we need more votes, and you can vote as many times as you want while you're watching that Hallmark movie, or not when you're watching the Bills game, but you can just vote. So I appreciate it.
We have a couple announcements. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, Santa is here. That's right, Santa is here. So don't worry. You're if you have a Christmas wish that you want Santa to know about, that might include a Buffalo Bills win, a victory parade, or something like that. You can definitely let Santa know about that today. We are here at Wings Meeting Place, California Road in Orchard Park. Santa is here. No, it's not me with my reindeer hat. It is Santa. He is here in the building today. He's in the house. He's taking your wishes. He's checking his list. He's checking it twice, and Santa is here. Tell everybody about your fandom for the Buffalo Bills, how far it stretches back, and when you started going to games and being a fan.
I started going when I was a little girl. My father would take my mother to the first half at the Rock Pile, and then he'd come home and get me for the second half because she only wanted to stay for the first half.
Do you remember games in the Rock Pile?
Absolutely. I mean, it was vivid in my memory, and going to games ever since. And somebody asked me how many games I've been to, and I'm somewhere over 400 home games.
That's amazing. You have a favorite memory inside this stadium, not the Rock Pile, but obviously we're closing this stadium down this year. Do you have a favorite memory inside this stadium?
Yeah, a lot of good memories, amazing memories. But I'll tell you that greatest comeback is by far the most vivid. 6 of us were there, 2 of us stayed, and forever we made friends with who we were standing with and hugging and jumping and celebrating for, it felt like an hour. So it was just, I'm getting chills right now just thinking about how incredible that experience was. So that has to be the ultimate.
And you stayed the whole game?
Oh, I never leave a game.
Love it. Was there discussion to leave the game?
My 4 girlfriends left, and my one girlfriend's like, I'll stay with you. And they went to the big tree, and I'm like, nope, I'm staying.
So we have Billy Buffalo here. Check it out. I got him on camera there. Billy, you're on camera. Say hi. That's right. All right, Maniac's over there running the camera for us. We got Billy Buffalo here. We're at Wings Meeting Place here in Orchard Park.
Oh, it's you.
TSE Buffalo. And of course, they are the official merchandise dealer of the Buffalo Bills at the stadium. Want the stadium? When you go to a game, and tomorrow you go to the game, you get a mystery picture, a mystery helmet, something signed, a helmet. They got these great pictures. And of course, you want to go in there and make sure you take care of all your business, watch the game, and then they'll be there afterwards. So they do a great job here, don't they?
Amazing. Great event. Thank you for putting this
And there
on.
he is.
Hey, Santa's here. You're
Santa's
right.
here.
Oh, yay.
All right, so I want to let you go and give a wish to Santa Claus. Congratulations. Always love
Thank you.
catching up with
Thank you, Sal.
Teresa
Thank
Horton,
you.
everybody. She is the
Thank
Buffalo
you.
Bills Fan of the Year for 2025.
Thank you.
You got it. That is Teresa right there. Yes.
Okay.
All right, we got
Santa, let's
James
get you on
in
the
chat
stage.
says he saw Joe
Get you on
Willie
the
and
stage.
Johnny U at the Rock Pile. I love that. Yeah, I mean, long time ago for sure. All right, here comes Santa. Santa's coming down. Look at this. We got like a real time. This is really true. Santa walking. We have Billy Buffalo walking here. You see it all right there. I mean, there is no better podcasting streaming than going on right now here at Sal's house. Look at this. You gotta check this out. Look on the screen here. This is great. There's Santa. He's walking up. He's coming up. Hey, Santa, how are you? You ready to rock and roll? All right. We got Santa. Everybody give Santa a big round of applause. All right. Santa. So you want to say something? You want to say anything? You want to tell anybody anything? You want to say anything? You got to come up here real quick if you want to. All right. We got Santa Claus in the house. All right. Go ahead, Santa. We bring Billy Buffalo too.
You guys know my friend Billy? Say
guys
hello
know
to
Billy?
Billy.
Say hello to Billy Buffalo.
Merry Christmas, everybody. And let's get a Bills Super Bowl this year.
There we go. See, Santa's on board. There it is. There it is. Billy, I'd like to interview you, but I hear you're a Buffalo a few words. I just want you to know. I was going to interview Billy Buffalo. He's a Buffalo a few words, but good. Uh-oh. That's exactly what we thought from the Buffalo. Very cool. Very cool. Yes. Less in the crowd, Mike. All right, no problem. So I know we got a little bit. Hey, we're gonna take a picture here, everybody. Hold on. Taking a picture. Thank you very much. Come on down to Wings Meeting Place, California Road in Orchard Park. We are here today till 6 p.m. and they're going to have some signings going on. I'm going to let Billy Buffalo and Santa go do what they have to do. And here are the signings and the players you're going to see today. Check this out. 1 to 2 p.m., AJ Epinesa and Joe Andreessen. 2 to 3 p.m., Michael Hoyt and Ty Johnson. 3 to 4 p.m., Christian Benford. It's going to be a great time. Yeah, Tom says I know him. Yeah, you know Billy and you know Santa. Where's Del Reed? Is Del Reed in the house? Where's my guy? Come on up, Del. When you get a chance, come on over here. Look. What's up, Billy? How are you? You having a good time here today? I know. Billy Buffalo's like, what's going on here? We are at Wings Meeting Place. Billy Buffalo is in the house. We got food. We got drinks. Got a great time going on. Check out all the vendors that are here today. All the memorabilia. Let's get a picture here. Get over. Turn around. We'll take a picture here. Here we go.
Thank you.
You got it. Another picture here. They never stop. Come on. No, it's right. Come on down. This is what you're missing. You could be inside. You could be in these pictures if you want to come down here to Wings Meeting Place. All right. Now we got some news cameras here today because they're doing so much here at the Mafia Marketplace.
WGRZ in the house.
Yeah,
WGRZ. Listen,
yeah.
when you see this meeting, people saw this podcast happening. It's like, or Sal. Jeez, you're right. I thought you were slick for there. Slick Sal. It is Saturday, and they needed to get to this spot. Wings Meeting Place. This is where it's all happening. If you're ready to beat the Bengals, there is no place that you would rather be than right here, right now.
There
and now
you
we got
go.
a guy who everyone loves to be with
There
here,
you go.
Del Reed.
Ladies and gentlemen, Del Reed, 26 shirts coming up here.
What's going
All right,
on?
you
What's
guys-
going on?
You doing all right? So
Yeah.
you talking there, but I'm going to do this too, so everybody hears you here.
All right, sounds good.
Del Reed, we just heard from Therese. How cool was it for you when you got named Bills Fan of the Year? And you have a great story about how you were told about it.
Oh, it was amazing. The fact that they actually had Stevie Johnson in on it and everything, and he's part of the whole Bills Mafia genesis. Without Stevie, none of it ever happens. And he and I have kind of developed a friendship over the years. On top of that, so for him to be a part of it, I think I hugged him like 15 times in the span of the 25 minutes or so we were together, just doing that. It was great.
And then obviously you went through the process. You wound up going to the Super Bowl. Unfortunately, the Bills didn't make it. What was that like for you?
Oh my gosh! Never in my entire life did I think I would ever get to go to a Super Bowl. So I mean, it's kind of a bummer. I had to watch the Chiefs win another, but
Yeah.
it was an amazing experience to be able to see an event like that, like firsthand. I mean, nothing I'll probably ever get to do again. So truly a once in a lifetime experience.
And then you're here today, obviously, is a big part of this Mafia Marketplace. You have 26 shirts, doing a lot of stuff. Tell us about the vendors, what you have going on here today.
Yeah, this is an awesome event that they put together. I mean, there's all kinds of different vendors, not just 26 shirts, but
Yep.
you got like every possible thing you could think of. I mean, I'm sitting out next to Buffalo Distilling. They do great stuff with their Mafia sauce
Yeah.
and all their stuff, and lots of different clothing vendors, not just 26 shirts. It's really cool. TSE is here, obviously, with all their amazing merch and everything.
All right, so here's the other thing about this. So I got Del up here with me. It's a good chance for us to tell everybody, if you have not signed up yet for the Buffalo Football Legends Cruise, you need to look into it. We are going to the British Virgin Islands and the Caribbean in May with Thurman Thomas, Steve Tasker, Butch Roll, Don Beebe. We got a whole bunch of people on board. We got Del Reed. All right, we're gonna have a great time. We're gonna have Bills fan theme parties. I'm gonna be doing some stuff here. We're gonna be doing dance parties. We're gonna be meet and greets. We're gonna be doing dinners, and we're gonna have a great time on the Celebrity Beyond. It's an amazing ship, and it's gonna be 7 days in May and 7 nights in the Caribbean and the British Virgin Islands.
I just want to be on record that, like, for the dance parties, I'll leave that to you.
I'll just be, you know what, though, I'm going to be making sure you're on the dance floor, but you got to make sure you go to BuffaloFootballLegends.com, everybody. BuffaloFootballLegends.com. How cool is it going to be, though, to be with all those Bills fans? And especially, I mean, could we just dream a little bit and say, what if we were celebrating even more than that? We're going to talk about Thurman in a minute, but what if they were able to celebrate, Lombardi on that?
Oh my gosh. I mean, it's going to be an amazing trip no matter what, but to be able to do something like that, it will just be, I mean, we'll be celebrating it for the entire year, right? For the
That's right.
the rest of our lives. So
That's
we'll
right.
start on that trip.
And then we're also, while we're on this boat, while we're on this cruise, everybody, we are celebrating Thurman Thomas's 60th birthday together. How cool is that?
There's no way he's 60, right?
I know. He is now 60. I was with him last night. Him and Patty, his wife, they do their foundation holidays. It was called Soul Train Holidays this year. and it was their foundation's Christmas party. And I have to tell you, I had never been in a Soul Train line before. And we did a Soul Train line, and they played the music. And Thurman can absolutely still move like he's a running back in the NFL.
Oh, I believe it. The way that he was able to move when he was playing, there's no way you lose that ability.
No.
It doesn't completely diminish ever.
So it was really cool. All right, so we got a lot going on today. Del Reed of 26 shirts. Thanks a lot, buddy.
Thank you.
Tomorrow, you got a prediction for us, Bills, Bengals?
Bills win. I don't care if it's by 1 or 100. Just
I
win.
love that. I love that. Del Reed, everybody. Del Reed at 26 shirts. Thank you for coming up here today. Come on up and check this out. All right, I'm going to show you something really cool that's going on here today. So we got. You can go get yourself a card. All right. I want to say this is from. How do you say it? It's VEII. I want to make sure I get the card name, the company right. But even my son Max, they did a trading card of him and our dog Bernie that we got. There it is. And Max signed it. This is Max and Bernie, a trading card. You can come over and you get a trading card as well for you, your friend, your family, whoever wants to be on the trading card. Check this out. This is really cool, right? I love this. All right, so Bills, Bengals tomorrow. Let me get into a little bit of action here when it comes to Bills, Bengals. Live down here at Wings Meeting Place. Come on down. Really appreciate everybody joining me here on Sal's House live video podcast here today at Sal Sports. You can check it out and you can comment in the chat box. We are live right now, and you can tell us what you think about the game tomorrow. Give us a prediction. In fact, give me a prediction right now in the chat box, all right? Bills, Bengals tomorrow. You know what? I say the Bills take care of business as long as they just don't turn the ball over tomorrow. Don't turn the ball over. Don't give the Bengals any extra opportunities tomorrow, like they have been giving some extra opportunities in games lately, mostly on the road, but that's what's happened lately. Tennis in Houston against the Texans, give the ball away a couple times. It was not going well against Pittsburgh when they gave the ball away a couple times, but the Bills ultimately took the ball back away. Of course, Christian Bedford scoop and score on the very first play of the second half, takes the lead for the Bills, and then has an interception on the very next drive off Mason Rudolph because Aaron Rodgers was hurt on that particular play. He scored a touchdown. He gets the interception. The Bills then have 2 turnovers, 2 takeaways, I should say, on their end of things. So that made it gave them a little cushion as they went down and they scored, and they took care of business after that. But, of course, the story of the game last week was the rushing yardage total. The most rushing yards the Pittsburgh Steelers have ever given up inside Acrisure Stadium to a visiting opponent. Here's the thing about that. Folks, I think the Bills can run the same way tomorrow against the Cincinnati Bengals. When you talk about the Bills' run defense, we always talk about the Bills' run defense and how poor it is. The Bengals actually have a worse run defense statistically than the Buffalo Bills do. They're allowing more yards per game than the Bills. Bills are a little bit more in yards per play, but this is a game tomorrow where I say, let James cook tomorrow, right? Let James cook tomorrow, just like he has been this year. James Cook is only 50-something yards shy of the leading rushing, being the leading rusher in the NFL behind Jonathan Taylor this year. So I think tomorrow could be a day where James Cook starts to go off a little bit, surpasses Jonathan Taylor. Maybe he becomes the NFL leading rusher of the season. And then, of course, you have Josh Allen, the league MVP, the reigning MVP, who last week they kept clean. That's what they needed. After what happened in Houston, had to keep Josh Allen clean. They did that last week against TJ Watt, against Alex Highsmith, against Craig Herbig. 0 sacks allowed, 1 quarterback hurry allowed. That was it the entire game. What a great job by the offensive line. Of course, the offensive line this week is getting back left tackle Deion Dawkins. He's good to go. He's going to play tomorrow. Deion Dawkins, he cleared concussion protocol. He's going to play tomorrow, so that's great news. We'll see what's going to happen with right tackle Spencer Brown. For everybody who's wondering, what's going on with Spencer Brown, that might be something we hear about, tomorrow before the game. Is he active? Is he inactive? I'll say this, though. With Spencer Brown's shoulder injury and the fact that, want to make sure he's good, for the rest of the season, I think the way Alec Anderson played gives the Bills a lot of comfort to say Alec Anderson is fine. He's going to play right tackle. We're going to be okay. Or Ryan Vandermark, I should say. Ryan Vandermark can play right tackle because he played left last week for Deion Dawkins. Maybe he becomes your swing tackle, your right tackle. Maybe it's Tylon Grable. But I think the Bills are comfortable in whoever they have to put on the field in place of Spencer Brown if they don't have Spencer Brown play in this contest. James says, I hope they're fired up like they were after the late hit last week. Yeah, So a really good story for you from the sideline. So you guys know I'm the sideline reporter on the radio network. I'm on the field, and I got to tell you, late first half, just over 2 minutes left, about 3 minutes left. Josh takes the ball around the end. He slides, and he gets hit. And there should have been a penalty on this play. There was no penalty called. Folks, I'm telling you, the game changed. Maniac, the game changed on that hit. I could see it.
In real time, we tweeted out, but I said, that's not even a debate. That's a 15-yard penalty every single time that happens. But I said it might have been the best thing that happened to the Bills because, like you said, it lit a fire that nobody else could. From that point in the game, you win essentially, 26-0? The rest of the game, that team had a fire under their bellies after that happened. And I don't know. I don't want to sound ridiculous, Sal, but I think it might be in the Bills' best interest to have someone try and aggravate Josh Allen when he's walking into the game tomorrow. We need to get that at 30 minutes ahead of kickoff. We need that 30 minutes ahead of kickoff. We come out ready to go. We might win a game 70-0.
Well, I'll tell you what. There have been people who said before, and we know this, Josh likes to get hit early in the game.
Yeah.
He likes to feel the, getting hit and being a part of the game. Now, you don't want to get hit like that. But yeah, I mean, he gets fired up and he gets involved physically.
Listen, I'm not going to say anything crazy here, which is a rarity for me. But you've seen on the sideline that Josh Allen is constantly working with smelling salts to stay kind of more alert. That was the ultimate smelling salt last week, was the fact that his teammates were rallying around him. You saw every teammate. I think they would have attacked that Pittsburgh Steelers player, Patrick Queen, was it that hit him?
Yes.
If they could have. But they were all looking for the ref. Let the ref make the call. They were being respectable. When the ref didn't do what the ref needed to do, the Bills decided they were going to take matters into their own hands
And
last
here's
week.
what's crazy. If I'm telling you, I said this all week on the radio, if I was betting in Vegas in that moment, I would have bet everything that Josh was getting the ball in the next play.
Yeah.
I knew it. It was 3rd and 2.
Yeah.
He was pissed. He was mad. And I'm like, they're going to give the ball. Joe Brady's going to give the ball to Josh Allen, and he's going to get the first down here. You know what? He did. And on the next play, Patrick Queen got hurt. On the play where Josh, the next play, got the first down, Patrick Queen actually got hurt. And unfortunately for him, you never want to see injuries, but it was just kind of crazy how all that happened.
Sometimes people will say ball don't lie. Again,
Right.
You said it. You never want to wish injuries. There's just an ironic way, the way that the world of sports works. So it worked in that way. Obviously, again, I think there's any way you get Josh Allen with that extra little bit of adrenaline running through his system. You don't only have the best playmaker in the league. You have the best athlete potentially in any sport.
Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills tomorrow at 1 p.m. Don't forget, this game was switched from 4:25 to 1 p.m. Do not show up for a 4:25 p.m. game. Show up for a 1 p.m. game tomorrow.
You ever hear of that happening back in the day? Anyone ever missed the time because of a time switch?
I don't think I've ever heard of that. The flex scheduling just started.
It's more nowadays.
Yeah.
Word gets more around. I always wondered how did schedules get switched in the 90s and 2000s when you didn't have tweet alerts going out and all that stuff. But
Well, it's funny. Someone actually did tweet at me at Sal Sports the other day. They said, "What do you mean?" How every week I do who's announcing the game. I tweet it out. I say, Nance Romo. In this case, it's Joe Davis, Greg Olson, and Pam Oliver. 1 p.m. on Fox, which we can talk about in a minute. At 1 p.m. on Fox, and someone tweeted back at me and said, I thought the game was at 4:25. I mean, we're within 4 days of the game, and I'm like, no, dude, the game's at 1 p.m., so make sure you know.
That's almost like an airplane running out of fuel situation. A couple days closer, you wouldn't have been able to bail them out.
Right.
By the way, I love your trademark tweets. You love your announcers for that week. The other one, too, is when you go on an away game, the emoji burst. The emoji burst has picked up a lot of momentum. I've noticed that. It's a good brand.
People still try to figure out what the emojis are and why I'm doing it. And I'm like, because I'm on the road. It's a plane going from Buffalo to somewhere. And I try to do I always have to figure out the city the Bills are going to, what to use for an emoji, or if there's something going on in the game or around that time, Christmas or Thanksgiving.
Yep.
And I still get people after years. I've been doing this for probably about over 10 years now that I've been on the plane doing this. And people still say, what is going on here? What is that all about? I'll tell you what's going on here. We're at Wings Meeting Place, California Road, Orchard Park. I got Bernie with me. Come on, Bernie. There we go.
We're both gonna be on Bernie management going forward.
Yeah,
come on, Bernie. Oh, Bernie
come on up here,
Bernie
Bernie.
loves Max.
Yeah,
is he his favorite around the house?
Yeah.
One thing I would bring up to you as we're talking about Josh Allen, athlete, going down the stretch run of Sal's house here at the Wings Meeting Place. Joe Brady took over the offense in early December 2023, late November 2023.
Yes, late November.
And from that point, we've always seen Josh become a little bit more of a running quarterback when this weather gets cold, when it gets a little bit tougher to go through the air. And we saw that last week. We saw more Josh Allen design runs. Do you think that will continue to the end of this year?
I actually have a feeling they're going to try to lay off that as much as possible, given the fact that he was beaten up pretty bad against Houston. We know Sean McDermott said that is not a good recipe for us. We don't want to get our quarterback take that many shots. I just don't think the Bills want to be in the business of having Josh Allen, take those number of hits. If it comes time in a critical down where they need it, like last week against Pittsburgh on that 3rd and 2, I talked about another one a little bit later. I think that's the case. Goal line, I think that's the case. It's worth the, getting in the end zone type of deal, because then you're in the end zone. The play stops once you get to the goal line. But I just don't think the Bills are suddenly going to say, we're going to be okay with having Josh Allen run more design runs.
My funniest thing is whether it was the run-in against the Buccaneers where Spencer Brown kind of ushered him in, or if it was last week against the Steelers. You see these still shots of Josh Allen's face, and he looks like a kid at like an amusement park, like on a ride. He looks like a 5-year-old who is riding like, the tilt-a-whirl for the first time. He looks just ecstatic. Like Bills fans, they feel that themselves when they see Josh Allen being dragged into the end zone. Listen, we love to see him running. We love to see him diving into the end zone. But when we see him dragged in the end zone, it's ecstasy. It's the greatest thing you can have as a Bills fan. So to see that on his face as well and kind of have him going through the same emotions, there's just a new connection between the team and the fans that there really has never been before, Sal.
If we can get a vendor or two over here. We want to get somebody who wants to come up and talk about. Some of you guys want to come up and talk about what you got going on with the t-shirts over here?
Come on, get the Vay crew up here now.
Yeah, come on, Vay. We need Vay up here. I know Vay's a big part of what's going on here today. We got Vay.
Vay, get him over here.
All right, we got Vay. Come on up. All right. You guys can share a mic. You guys can share a mic right there. And I'm also just going to do this just so you know.
Okay.
All right. Tell everybody who you are and what you do.
Okay. So my name is Ike Agwebu, and this is Whitney. We are running Vay Apparel, which is a men and women's activewear brand that was started 6 years ago. We're very heavily based in this Buffalo community now because number 26, Ty Johnson, we played in Maryland together and we started the brand together, and we just worked on expanding it to this wonderful market and this wonderful community that's here. So, yeah, that's what we're doing here today.
And Whitney, I've seen you at all these events here. It's great. I mean, you really have become a big part of what's happening here at TSE. How cool is it for you to be a part of this community and doing what you guys are doing with everything going on with Ty and Vay?
Honestly, it's been such a cool experience to get involved in this community and to see all of the fans who come out to all these events. I see a lot of similar faces, to see all the brands that have come together today, all these small businesses. Really, Buffalo is such a unique community. It's such a strong community of people, and to be a part of it this way, where I can come in and see so many familiar faces and feel at home and welcome, it's amazing. I absolutely love it.
All right, so you and Ty, you go way back, right? You and Ty go way back. I mean, obviously a guy here that came in and did a lot of great things the last couple of years with the Bills, and now this year again, a big part of what they're trying to do. How about Ty embracing this community and what he thinks about it? He's not here right now. You speak for him, but it feels like he's really also embraced everything that's going on here.
Yeah, I think Buffalo is very similar to his home community of Cumberland. It's a very small community where everybody kind of knows each other. So when Ty came up here, the fans definitely embraced him, and he felt at home. So our next thing was figuring out how can we give back to the community, because they support the fan base so much. They support the team. And the biggest thing was support the local businesses, because those are the people that pour into the community the most. So we wanted to create a Mafia marketplace and bring the vendors together, bring some of the players together, and then bring customers that wanted to support those businesses. And the bills pay the bills. So, we got to be out here and we got to support our services and our products.
All right. So I'm going to ask you to grab a t-shirt or two to show it here. I want you, if you can go do that. And I'm going to ask Whitney while you do that. I'll ask Whitney just what do people want to know a little bit more about the company, how they can get involved or how they can order something or something like that.
Absolutely. Cool. So we are a men and women's activewear brand first and foremost. So I'm wearing our bodysuit, which is it's a workout brand. So we have a website, vayapparel.com. We have men and women's activewear. And then we also have all of our Buffalo gear, which Ike is going to show right now.
All right. Here you go, Ike. Let's go. All right, look at this.
So this is our classic Mafia tee. We have our design with the big buffalo on the front, and then we have the Mafia themed graphic, and it says, keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Just a little cheeky, fun comment. This is a super fun one that we've done this season. We did a Metallica-inspired farewell to Highmark with the dates of the games on the back, and then on the front we have Buffalo X Vay, and then thirdly, we have our custom Ty Johnson tee. So this is one that's been a fan favorite for all the people that are fans of Ty. We have the Buffaloes in the back. We have the really grunge skull-themed design, and we're going to continue to make tons of different designs for the Buffalo community because they love it. So, yeah.
I love it. No doubt. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Yeah, you got it. Thanks a lot. Always great seeing you. No doubt. That is Vay. Come on, see Vay, everybody. And you can get one of these cards. Vay, they get their logo at the bottom of the card as well. Look at that trading card of Max and Bernie right there, right? Check that out. You can do that as well. So come on by. It's a great time here out at
Wings Meeting Place. Hi, how are you? You good? All right. We got people taking pictures over here. We got Bernie running around. He's got his bandana on. We want you to come out. We want you to have a great time here today. And don't forget, one more time, today we have, let me get the players and exact times they're coming out here today one more time so you know you can come see and get a autographed item from AJ Epinesa and Joe Andreessen, 1 to 2 p.m. They're going to be out here. They got everything set up over here. They're going to be signing autographs here in a little while, no doubt. It's going to be an absolutely awesome time to see these guys here, give it back to the community, sign these autographs. Michael Hoyt, yes, I know, unfortunately, out for the year with the torn Achilles, but he's here today from 2 to 3 p.m. with Ty Johnson, who we just talked about. Michael Hoyt, Ty Johnson, 2 to 3 p.m., and then Christian Benford from 3 to 4 p.m. It's going to be out here as well. All right. Before we get on out of here, how about a little word on what's happening today in the college basketball scene here in Buffalo? We heard Maniac talk about a little while ago. UB, St. Bonaventure, 8-0 UB, 8-1 St. Bonaventure. Oh, see, you guys, why don't you guys come here? All right. So, well, yeah, you guys can share that mic here for a second. All right.
Yeah.
Tell everybody who you are.
First of all, Carson Haig, Trainwreck Sports. Also do a lot of stuff with St. Bonaventure men's basketball. We cover them and intern with them as well. So, yeah.
All right. So yesterday I had both George Halkovich and Mark Schmidt on the radio previewing this game because it was so big. We said we got to give love to both programs here. St. Bonaventure coming to UB. This guy's, what do you want to say?
Well, I just, because we were talking about this game over on the side just now, Sal, and he's like, why are you being so tough on Bonaventure? Like, we got to get to, I go, I'm tough on them right now because this reminds me of 2018-19 when this was like at the peak, when both these teams were good. I remember UB going into Olean and it felt like a Western New York Super Bowl in that game. So I'm glad that we have that vibe back, and shout out to both these programs for this strong start this season for sure.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, for George Halkovich to take a 9-win team last year to be 8-0 already, it's pretty unbelievable. And we know how consistent Mark Schmidt has been at St. Bonaventure as well.
For sure. Perennial 20-win team with Coach Schmidt and the Bonnies. Non-conference schedule is sometimes questionable with them, but regardless, they've had some impressive wins. Florida Atlantic University, they played North Carolina tough for a half,
Very
especially.
tough.
They
were only down 2 at the break.
Had a lead for a brief moment in time, too, late in the first half. They're coming off a win over Bloomsburg. Division II team. They're very openly about that, but still, they got the job done. They played an efficient style of basketball, and Coach Schmidt, I know, although he won't say it, I think he is a little hopeful about this team this year.
Oh, I'm sure he is. I know he likes his team a lot. You know, it's funny. They're very different styles. Coach Schmidt said they're going to grind it out. They're not going to be the prettiest. You watch this UB team. They're kind of high-flying. Like, they go up and down the court. They have some really athletic players, obviously, and that's showing right now in how they're playing basketball. And today, what did Mark Schmidt say? If UB hits 13 threes, we might not as well show up because they hit 13 threes in one of their recent games. So UB St. Bonaventure today, do you want to guess the line? You already know it, don't you? Do you know the line?
I don't. I looked last night and it was off, so I will guess. I'm going to give Bonnie's credit. Even though they come in with the loss to UNC and UB's undefeated at home, I wouldn't be surprised to see Bonnie's favored in this. I'm going to call it Bonnie's -2.5.
Bonnie's minus 5.5. I'm going to say Bonnie's minus 5.5.
It's actually 6.5.
Oh,
man. 6.5. So they're getting a lot of respect here. And I think it's partly because of recency, which is, okay, how good is this UB team, right? I mean, here they come. They're 8-0. But, man, I think that they've really pulled out some really nice, tight wins that have allowed them to understand how to play like that, too.
Even the most dedicated Horns Up fan would say they've gotten by the skin of their teeth to maintain this undefeated record. There's been a buzzer beater here and there. But like you said, if these guys come out and they just start lighting it up, I know Bonaventure wants to put them in a locker. I totally get that. They want to make them play this game in a phone booth. They want to make them play it like on all fours for sure. Will they be able to do that? Will Freetag and Co get hot early? We'll see. That Alumni Arena fan base, which hasn't seen a good team in about a half a decade, Sal. They've seen 20-win teams, but they haven't seen a team with a strong start like this. Be very interested to see what that environment is like in Amherst today.
What do you like about this Bonaventure team? You do a lot of work with them. What do you like about them?
Defensively, that Coach Schmidt always preaches defense is the best offense, right? I think defensively this year, they have a lot of transfers coming in, but guys who play the game the right way. They've done a great job rebounding. Frank Mitchell, a guy who played at Canisius, transfers from the Big Ten from Minnesota to St. Bonaventure. He's done a great job averaging a double-double a game. They can shoot the ball a little bit better this year with some of their guys from Europe. Kili Lenati, Ilya Yermakov, those guys, the bench is just as deep as it gets. They have a ton of guys who play at least 10 minutes a game, which is really impressive, and they can win in a lot of different ways, which I think makes this team maybe a little bit different than teams past.
Now, I know that you're now, I would say, it's a compliment to you, Maniac. You're old enough now for me to kind of reflect on something like this for you, because back in the day, I'd be like, I don't know if you could talk about this, but you can now. You can kind of reflect. I know you love the college basketball scene, the local scene. How cool is it to see the resurgence of college basketball for you in this area? And I'm just not talking about UB. They're 8-0, and St. Bonaventure 8-1. Canisius already surpassing last year's win total through 8 games this year. Now they're only 4-4, but Jim Christian doing a good job. And even Greg Paulus, I know he's got a tough deal up there at Niagara, but they're very competitive, right? I mean, like, I love the fact that this is happening.
Greg Paulus basically started at Niagara with sludge above his head. That's how much he's grinded out. But like you said, Sal, it's the culture of this area. It's the culture of Western New York. We love sports. We've always treasured the Bills, the Sabres, whether it goes back to the Destroyers for the indoor league, everything like that. So to be honest, and I hate to call a spade, but the Sabres have kind of let us down in recent years. January, February, March being relevant. So to have basketball come back in a big way like this, you obviously have the Bandits. You have them looking for a 4-peat. But to have college basketball to simulate that sports DNA of Western New York, that's massive. You can't put a price on what that means to the culture around here. Purple Eagles, Golden Eagles, Bulls, Bonnies. It doesn't matter what they are. To have these teams back relevant is everything.
I knew you'd say Golden Eagles. Those are my Cleveland Hill Eagles, right? No, we're talking about college here. All right, so let's.
Golden Griffins.
That's right. No, Golden Griffins. Either way, we all got what you meant. All right, before we wrap up here, I'm going to get you guys, because you guys are big into the college scene. Let's run through some of these championship games today and who you like, all right? All right, the MAC championship. Obviously, UB plays in the MAC. They're not in the MAC championship game. That is Miami of Ohio against Western Michigan. What do you like?
So the big storyline here is that this is Western Michigan's first return to the MAC championship since the Pete Fleck days nearly 10 years ago, before he went to Minnesota, row the boat. It started at Western Michigan. With that said, I think Miami of Ohio, just as a program, has a lot more experience in playing in Detroit in this game. I expect Miami of Ohio in a low-scoring game in that MAC championship, Carson.
All right, Carson, if you want to chime in, go ahead. I'll let you.
I'll chime in with the MAC here. I think Miami of Ohio. I'm right there with Maniac. Just the experience. I'm going with them.
Okay. Then we have at noon also BYU and Texas Tech in the Big 12 title game.
So this is one of those crazy games, double-digit point spread. These teams played earlier in the year, Sal. It was basically this result. Texas Tech blew them out. BYU wasn't able to do much. The thing about BYU is they're feisty. I do not expect BYU to come back in with the same game plan. I think they are going to do everything they can, trick plays, anything they can do to make Texas Tech uncomfortable. I expect BYU to cover, Texas Tech to win outright, and I expect an over here. I expect a lot of points.
By the way, he says cover. That's a 13.5 point spread in that game. All right, late tonight, I'll get to that one next. ACC, Duke against Virginia. Kind of a kind of game.
So this is the death matchup for the ACC, you know. So if Duke wins, ACC commissioners are basically like panicking right after this game, trying to figure out where they are in the college football playoff. I want chaos. I want calamity. Give me Duke money line here in the ACC championship. Give me the Fina boys.
The Fina boys. That's right, John Fina's kids.
The Fina boys at Duke. Let's go. The Fina boys are going to be mauling them up front against Virginia.
3.5 point favorite is Duke. I'm saying it's Virginia over Duke. 3.5 and 58.5 is the over under. All right, and then the two big ones today. Later today, SEC championship at 4 p.m. Georgia is a 1.5 point favorite against Alabama. Georgia, Alabama.
Kirby Smart 0-5 in these SEC championships. Now, historically,
I think all time against Alabama, he's like 1-6 or something.
Now, historically, he's been playing a different player on the other side of the field, right? It's been Nick Saban. Now it's Kalen DeBoer. I expect this to be a cathartic experience for Bulldog fans. I think Georgia wins big, 30-13.
Wow, that's a bold prediction. I don't think so. I think Alabama might even win, but it'll be a closer game. It's a 1.5 point spread. And then, does Indiana have a chance to take down Ohio State? A 4.5 point favorite, Ohio State, the Big Ten championship game, Indiana, Ohio State.
Ohio State has basically looked unbeatable this year, but so has Indiana. They haven't lost yet. Now, here's the thing. Ohio State is coming off this Michigan win. It cannot be overstated that that was a emotional experience for this Ohio State program as a whole. Like that entire roster wanted to get that win for Ryan Day. You know what that meant probably for that locker room. Is there going to be a little hangover in the Michigan of all? I would not be surprised to see Indiana kind of come out and punch them in the mouth a little bit. I think Ohio State wins, but it's a close game. I think this is a one possession game. So give me Indiana with the +4, but I like Ohio State money line.
And then, of course, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow you get the Buffalo Bills and Cincinnati Bengals at 1 p.m. Who's ready for the game?
go!
Tomorrow, Bills, Bengals. Make sure you dress warm. It's going to be a little snowy out there. Maniac for Trainwreck Sports. What do you guys got going on today in the weekend?
We will be at the Game Day Buffalo tailgate right behind O'Neill's lot. Ultimate drinks, all kinds of entertainment, and the best tailgate spot before the game, unless you're Sal, which is actually in the stadium with the warm.
Come here, and of course, come to Wings Meeting Place, of course.
Tailgate spot.
There you go.
Tailgate spot. Obviously, you can come to this amazing pavilion at the Wings Meeting Place.
That's no doubt. That's right.
There's a little difference.
Thank you very much. And then, by the way, tonight, make sure if you're out and about, we're going to head over to Sports City Pizza Pub for a little while, 6 p.m. They got a holiday party going on. That's after this ends here today out at Wings Meeting Place. Thank you very much to Sports Pizza Pub, 1407 Niagara Street. Thank you very much to Herbal IQ and New York State Licensed Dispensary, 6300 Transit Road in Depew. And one more time, stick around here today or come down. You have time today, folks, all right? Here's who's going to be out here today. We got AJ Epinesa and Joanne Dreesen, 1 to 2 p.m. Michael Hoyt and Ty Johnson, 2 to 3 p.m. Christian Benford, the AFC Defensive Player of the Week, 3 to 4 p.m.
Well, do you know what this is? Yes,
I do.
What is it? Tell me, what do they all do?
This is why you have me.
Exactly. What is this? Are they making long distance call back? CB, call back.
Okay, this is great. I'm glad we're ending on this.
Look
I'm going
how
to
excited
educate.
he is.
I'm going to educate right here, okay? Because you are right. It is a long distance call. Do you know who he's calling?
No. Who's he calling?
The Lord.
Oh my God. Amazing. I actually like that. That's a modern take on the point upstairs.
Yes.
I like it.
So what happened is I actually asked Christian Benford this week. I said, Christian, what is your celebration?
It got me in the post game video when they gave him the game ball because the entire secondary did the sign up, and then I looked back at when he got the pick or into the end zone, he was doing it, and they were all doing. I'm like, what is this? This is an amazing celebration.
You see, he's doing a celebration. He calls.
This guy a noogie.
So Christian Benford tells me, he says, well, he believes in the Lord and faith, and he's very, very much a faith-based person. And he said, so it's me making a call to the Lord to thank him.
Love it.
That's what it is.
That's outstanding.
Honestly,
I love the Selly. I'd say it definitely stuck with me. It was amazing. It's very easy to remember. I'm doing it all. I'm doing it all day.
Billy Buffalo, come on up. Billy, come on up and sign off with us. Come on up and sign off here.
Sal, I think for a sign-off, everyone said they want you and Billy Buffalo to lead the holiday Mafia marketplace in the shout song.
The shout song.
Everyone said it.
Everyone said it. Right? Instead of the shout song, let's do hey, 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 hey. Let's go, Buffalo.
Let's go, Buffalo.
Let's go, Buffalo.
Let's go, Buffalo.
Where else would you rather be than?
Right here, right now.
At the Mafia Marketplace with Billy Buffalo Maniac. Everybody out here, thank you very much. We'll talk to you next time at Sal's house. Have a great weekend, everybody.